Hi, welcome to our today's video. Today we'll be looking at some key video editing softwares, their unique capability, their big advantage that you tend to enjoy from using each of them, and some little challenge that you have to improve on. So the entire process of putting a content together, either for social media, especially video, different platform, or building a career on video editing, requires you learning most of these softwares, and they have interconnectivity at every point. But the key thing there is what will make you better than any other person out there is understanding the unique capability and how good each of these software is good in one aspect or the other. That will facilitate how fast you get to give your clients the required result or get the kind of result you want as an individual. So we'll first look at, based on popularity, we'll look at Adobe Premier Pro. Adobe Premier Pro has been on ground for a long period of time. It's a very popular software. So one big advantage you enjoy from Adobe Premier Pro, just like the Photoshop, is the masking effect, where you pick on an object, mask it out to your satisfaction. So the big challenge you have with the masking there is when it comes to automatic, that means maintaining a fixed masking of the object while in motion. You have to be adjusting it over and over based on using keyframe. That is, as the object moves, you have to be adjusting the masking. If not, you might end up going off point. Another big advantage you get to enjoy with from Adobe Premiere Pro is the graphic aspect. The graphic has a lot of good graphics, especially when it comes to animation on the screen. That is putting up your text, dragging it, and creating that unique flow with it as it goes. That is at keyframe animation on the screen as it goes on and come up using the various keyframe elements. It also has great features where you keep track of your history, your markers, your effect, especially the lumetric element, which is here. This lumetric element where you use it for color correction and a host of other. Gives you a very big advantage where you can use it to pick on a particular, you can see your color sequence. You can see your color sequence just like it is here. You have your workspace at the top. This is the different element for audio, assembly, and host of other. You can have your effect here. Then when you pick your effect, it will show us here. Then we pick effect here. This is the lumetric scope. It's going to show you your color levels and how you play around with it, especially for skin tone and host of other elements. You have where you adjust the histogram and color space and host of other elements. This is it for Adobe Premiere Pro. Our next video editing app we're looking at is Davinci Resolve. Davinci Resolve, just like in the case of Adobe Premiere Pro, where it has provision for workspace, the same thing is applicable here. When you come up here, you have your workspace too. You pick any of the workspace that you want, and the biggest advantage you tend to enjoy from Adobe Premiere Pro is the color grading, that is the color correction, which is under the Fusion. Look at it. So the Fusion has a lot of effect at this point where you drag each of them, you drag your text. So when you have little knowledge of programming, especially when it comes to node object-oriented programming, where individual elements are considered as objects, you get to understand that these nodes are just that way, where you put one node on another, you drag it, play around with it the way you want, connect, that is creating interconnectivity between one element and the other. That is what this node is all about. So you use it very well. You have a lot of features, and one big advantage you enjoy beyond just the color correction and color grading, you also have the availability of synchronizing sound. You can merge 2 to 3 videos together. That means creating A roll and B roll together through the use of this sync. That is this sync bin, where it creates the syncing for you for the 2 videos. You have a lot of template in there too. The transitions, where you have different transitions that you can pick from. When you check it, you have titles, 3D animation, lower third, and host of other. This is your effect. This is it. Different kind of sounds and even videos. This is for sound. This is for videos, your blur effect, and host of other. So that is it for this. So they have similarities with Adobe Premiere Pro. If you look at the interface, you just need some little concentration to become very good at this. Our next video editing app is Capcut of recent. It has become one of the most used software of recent based on its unique capability, where you see different style like Alexander style, where he talks and put up caption on the screen. with images, emojis, and a host of other, just like you can see on the screen. It has two big advantages. One, it has ability, about 80 to 90% possibility of generating automatic caption for you, text caption. This is it. You scroll down, you go to auto generate caption. It generates very good caption for you. You do the necessary adjustment on the text size. After having it on it, you do the adjustment. This is the first part. Then the second advantage you get from it there is ability to remove background very easily, especially for this particular video that you can see on the screen now. Let me zoom it for you to see. Look at it. By the time I turn on and off the video, you can see the difference. This is the original. This is the. I'll turn the both of them up. You can see. You can see how the whole thing is changing. In getting this kind of unique background remover feature, you have your chroma key where you pick the color. You layer the videos. This is the auto cut that does automatic removal of the background of the particular video for you. You also have your basic. At this point, use it to adjust keyframes, scaling of the video, opacity. You layer it. You have, this is where you split screen on different shapes. So this is where you also do your color grading here through the enhancement. That is for your face adjustments and a host of other polish and a host of other. You also have a tracking effect that you can track an object on the screen automatically. Very good. This is your adjustment too, where you do your HSL, curves, color grading, and just the way you see this video I'm showing you on the screen. You adjust your speed. So beyond just the automatic adjustments that gives you that flexibility of doing all the necessary adjustment on the video, you also have a lot of stickers, transitions. Most of them are inbuilt in the system. Also have the possibility of removing background noise automatically by coming down here and click noise reduction. A lot of other elements. It also has emojis under text templates. You have different adjustments here too. You have filters where you can incorporate any kind of filters. The big challenge with this software is virtually most of its features are online and it is constantly being updated. That is it for this. The next video editing we'll be looking at is shortcut. Just from the name shortcut, I think this video has really imbibed that feature of shortcut. Just like in the case of getting things done automatically in Capcut, in this case, most of the adjustment you have to do it manually. So in doing that manually, it requires a lot of effort. Just like having something like this on the screen that comes in and goes out, your captions, your keyframe, you have to design it using this point of properties of the video, using filters that you have to be adding them individually the way you want. You can see your position, your necessary element, you do the adjustment using this, your positioning, your distancing, you do it manually. And it also has a very good feature. You can easily copy your keyframe from one point to another. I can copy the keyframe from this one to the next element that I'm putting on the screen without necessarily going through some manual adjustment. So it makes it very easy. It's just that the big challenge you have with this one here is it has chances of lagging. Even though it's a completely free software, it has chances of lagging, and you have to be working over and over and over again on this particular one. But for a starter, this software is actually very good, and it will make your work, get to understand the entire process of the keyframe, how keyframe works, and how to play around with it. Though the software requires a lot of things to be done from the scratch, which is also similar like the case of the Adobe Premiere Pro, that if you don't have template, you have to be building your own database or template from scratch. It's also similar here. So you understand the keyframe. This is a keyframe. You can see how you play around with it. You introduce the individual keyframe. You get to see the timing of each. And one big advantage this one has here is it gives you that capability of exporting your content in different file formats. Look at it. Even some of the formats that Adobe Premiere Pro might not read, Capcut might not read, Davinci Resolve might not read. I've tried this and I've seen that it read some of the files that I've tried opening on Davinci Resolve, Adobe Premiere Pro, and it never worked. This one will automatically open it for you. That's a very, very wide scope. You can get a powerful video editing that will give you the kind of result, especially if you're a learner from this particular one. I've also started from this one. before you get to grow to those other ones. Those ones will require a lot of effort over years to learn, but this one within a few minutes of tutorials, you'll be good at it. So from this different analysis, I'll be bringing more video editing app to tell you more on how what they have to offer, their capability, and host of other. So from this, that will enable you take informed decision on how you go about your video editing app. So thanks once again for being there. Let's get to see the next video that will be coming up soon. Thanks and keep editing.